Have you ever felt lost in a maze of metaphysical teachings? We keep searching for that next video, that next book, that next seminar, that next coaching session, that next self-help high. We do all this just to learn how to manifest our dreams? Perhaps the answer is way easier to find. Perhaps it ends up being so obvious we miss it because of its simplicity. These are experiences I've had in my own life. I would constantly seek out a new book or teacher in the hopes of somehow transforming my life. That is, until I stumbled upon a few key insights that were left by Nikola Tesla. Now, I'm sure you've heard of that inventor before. It's a pretty famous person after all. But he specifically talked about the power of imagination. You know, that power inside of your consciousness and how we could use it in order to manifest and achieve certain goals that we may have in life. And that is exactly what I wanted to talk about throughout the rest of this video. Because in his own words, this is what he stated. By that faculty of visualizing, which I learned in my boyish efforts to rid myself of annoying images, I have evolved what is, I believe, a new method of materializing inventive ideas and conceptions. It is a method which may be of great usefulness to any imaginative man, whether he is an inventor, businessman, or artist. Well, I see now, Mr. Tesla. That is very interesting, so without further ado, let's discover how to make this power work wonders in our own lives. Some people, the moment they have a device to construct or any piece of work to perform, rush at it without adequate preparation and immediately become engrossed in details instead of the central idea. They may get results, but they sacrifice quality. Here, in brief, is my own method, Tesla said. After experiencing a desire to invent a particular thing, I may go on for months or years with the idea in the back of my mind. Whenever I feel like it, I roam around in my imagination and think about the problem without any deliberate concentration. This is a period of incubation. Now, I'm sure that maybe you hear a little rattling noise that's coming from my PC. I have to change my PC fan on the CPU. I've tried to make it stop, but I can't. I have to buy a new one. Second, there's a Subway bag on my couch or on my chair. So I'm a little ashamed of admitting that I had a Subway sandwich before I decided to make this video. I hope you're not allergic to that food, but you know, it's fun at times. That's all I have to say about it. Let's break down the two paragraphs I just narrated. First, Tesla said that some people become engrossed in the details of the thing they want to manifest or create, instead of focusing on the central idea itself. This is another way of saying it's better to know clearly what you want to manifest than to worry so much over how it is done. Because by focusing on how something is done, we tend to be confronted more often than not by the fact we actually have no clue. And this then leads into all sorts of doubts and worries, which ultimately ruin our ability to properly manifest the thing imagined. It's essentially the same for this video. I have a clear idea about what the message is about. However, I can't worry too much over the small little details from the start. I can always perfect those as I go along with this project. Now, the second point Tesla made was that he could go on for months or years holding the idea of what he desired to manifest in the back of his mind. This actually is a very useful tactic, for what he showcases is exactly how to avoid the trap of thinking, I don't know how it is done, so my dream must not be possible. Do you have any idea how many people have dreams, but because they don't know how to realize them from the start, they give up on them? What could happen to their lives if they applied the same method as Tesla? What could happen to your life if you took the time to go about your business in this manner? Well, I have the answer. What would happen is that you learn to be guided by your own imagination, which is the only creative power in the universe. It helps you to creatively discover the way towards the realization of your own dreams. Would you say no to wielding that power? You can make use of it, so now do it. Get rid of desperation and replace it with faith. Faith in your own dreams and desires, that is. Because that is how you will get whatever you want, wherever you dream of going in your life. Hold on a second. This is so weird to do. Okay, that definitely didn't help, never mind. I think I made it worse. Of course, we don't just want to sit still and not do anything at all with our time. We want to take action even if we have no clue on how to make our dreams happen. So what is the best way to go about this? Is there a particular mindset you need to have in place? According to Tesla, Well, there is a certain way of going about this, so I hope you're ready to learn more. I choose carefully the possible solutions of the problem. I am considering and gradually center my mind on a narrowed field of investigation. Now, when I am deliberately thinking of the problem in its specific features, I may begin to feel that I'm going to get the solution. And the wonderful thing is that if I do feel this way, then I know I have really solved the problem and shall get what I'm after. This feeling is as convincing to me as though I already had solved it. I have come to the conclusion that at this stage the actual solution is in my mind subconsciously, though it may be a long time before I am aware of it consciously. Do you have any idea how absolutely incredible it is what he just stated? He gave us a clear method of influencing the subconscious mind. Now, Joseph Murphy wrote a wonderful book titled The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, and I suggest you give it a read if you haven't done so. The idea with anything in life is that we have to convince and believe within our subconscious mind that we can do something, for if we do so, then we will be able to make it happen. It ties back to many ancient scriptures. They all advise humanity to believe, and lack of belief means we won't get the results we seek. Now, Tesla stated that he simply reaches a point where he feels he is going to find the answer, the solution to a problem. In this case, you could say having a dream but not knowing how to manifest it is a problem. Now take Tesla's method and you are reminded again that you have to learn to feel that you will get the answer on how to make your dream come true. That is true faith in action. Did you know that? Right there, you may be wondering, but how can I feel if my mind is full of doubts? You already are admitting the issue, it's those doubts. You are allowing to flow through your mind. How do you get rid of the doubts? By focusing on the end result that you're after. Earlier we shared that Tesla also said people get too engrossed in the little details instead of the central main idea of what they're after. In this case, you want to simply focus on the literal result you are after and fill your whole consciousness full with that idea. As your mind is completely dominated by this idea, which in reality means it's focused on this dream for 51% of the time, you will discover the way on how to make it a reality. Doubts always happen to us, but staying stuck in doubts is a personal choice. Really think about it. All you have to do is spend more time thinking about what you do want instead of thinking about why something can't be done or entertaining a dozen other doubts that might come up. What is your dream all about? You have an idea in your imagination, you can see it. You can see what it is you want. You know what you want to achieve, but now you have to ask yourself, if you've worked out your dream mentally and made it clear to yourself so you can look beyond all the doubts and worries, well, that is what Tesla will explain to you in this next part. If you do it, you'll be able to realize it. Before I put a sketch on paper, the whole idea is worked out mentally in my mind. I change the construction, make improvements, and even operate the device. Without ever having drawn a sketch, I can give the measurements of all parts to workmen, and when completed these parts will fit, just as certainly as though I had made accurate drawings. It is immaterial to me whether I run my machine in my mind or test it in my shop. The whole idea is worked out mentally. What a fascinating statement to make. It is something after years of studying the mind I discovered for myself. The more clearly I can see in my mind what it is that I want to manifest, the easier it ultimately becomes to get results. Basically, your whole physical body starts to operate according to what your own dream dictates. This is what is meant to move under a compulsion of the subconscious mind. You learn to believe in your own dream and in your own abilities, and the subconscious mind obeys and gives you the ability then to make stuff happen. That is what you're after. That is the only thing you ever need to understand. That the power to manifest any of your dreams is not in the videos you are watching right now, but in the power of your own subconscious mind. And this is just another video, of course, that is trying to get you to remember and apply this power for yourself. No matter what you dream of achieving, you can make it happen if you believe you can do it. And based on what we just shared in Tesla's own words, we come back to reaching a point we have true faith, which means we feel already in possession of the very thing we desire to manifest. The best time to influence your subconscious mind is before going to sleep or before getting out of bed in the morning. Basically, in a state of total relaxation, the conscious mind, which is usually full of doubts and worries, calms down, and you are able to more clearly focus on the thing you want to manifest. In that state of calmness, you reach a point you are actually able to feel just as though you already had achieved your dream, because mentally you already are in possession of the very thing you desire to manifest physically. This is important to understand because once you keep doing this over and over and over again, every single day, one day you will find your dream has manifested. On reflection, you realize you were compelled to take all sorts of actions you didn't think of before you manifest the dream, but the subconscious mind has guided you towards the solution. Again, this happens while the conscious mind is not even aware of it. Although you may start to receive hunches or intuitive guidance on what to do throughout your days. This is very important to understand because that's what's going to happen to you. This happens to me all the time. I get hunches. Do this or do that because I can feel it will help me to manifest the thing I imagined of having in my world. This video again was no exception. How much longer will you wait before applying this power for yourself? The sooner, the better. All the power you'll ever need in order to manifest your greatest dreams in life are hidden within your own subconscious mind, and it's under your total control to direct it. So, based on what you just learned, are you willing to pay the price? Now wait, before you leave, let's connect the dots. We don't have to stay stuck in a cycle of doubts and worries. We have to get to a point where we realize the only thing we will ever need is hidden within our own subconscious mind. It is the power to manifest whatsoever we desire. That is ultimately how an inventor like Tesla managed to do the work he did. Keep this truth burning through your heart and soul, and perhaps you'll become a great inventor yourself, and if not, at least you'll be able to manifest any other dream you still have. Now, if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing to receive inspirational videos on a regular basis. And with that being said, dear viewer, never forget that we are the dreamers.